Let's now talk about bamboo. According to reports, it's increasingly becoming the backbone of construction and sustainability. In fact, scientists in China have reportedly been pioneering advanced technologies to enhance the strength and the durability of bamboo-based materials, paving the way for large-scale infrastructure projects. And one of the success stories of bamboo innovation in this regard is its use on the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, the world's longest sea crossing. According to reports, Chinese engineers crafted high-performance bamboo composite panels for the scenic platforms that stretch for kilometers along the bridge. Now, 6 years later, those panels have reportedly withstood sunlight, powerful typhoons, constant exposure to seawater, thereby proving the durability. And despite its woody appearance, bamboo is actually a type of grass. But its strength-to-weight ratio surpasses certain steel alloys, making it a superior alternative to wood, plastic, even steel in various applications. And beyond construction, bamboo also plays a crucial role in the fight against climate change. It reportedly absorbs nearly 50% more carbon dioxide than typical trees, making it an environmentally viable option. And the innovation does not stop with buildings. In March 2023, India introduced a new advancement in road safety, the world's first 200-meter-long bamboo crash barrier. Installed on a highway in Maharashtra named Bahubali, this barrier went through rigorous testing at top research facilities, including the National Automotive Test Tracks in Indore, achieving a top fire safety rating and proving its resilience in high-impact situations. And what makes this bamboo crash barrier even more remarkable is its sustainability, a very crucial factor. Its recycling value is between 50 to 70%, significantly higher than traditional steel barriers, which range from 30 to 50%. The bamboo species used in this barrier reportedly underwent a specialized treatment for added strength and durability as well. And by offering an environmentally friendly, cost-effective and alternative to steel, bamboo crash barriers are setting a new standard for road safety. As the world searches for greener solutions, bamboo is proving that nature does hold the key to building a stronger and more sustainable future. The question remains how long before we extensively see bamboo being. China is facing a serious issue. It's a problem within. The decline in marriage registrations, which has triggered serious birth rate concerns. Just how bad are things looking really? We'll get to that in just a bit. First, what is being done about it? One of the ways is offering cash to newlywed couples. It's hoped that the marriage rates will see a boost through this incentive measure. In fact, the city of Luliang in northern Shanxi province is one of the many places in China where local authorities are offering incentives to lure couples into tying the knot. The 1,500 yuan reward, which is about $205, is part of official efforts to boost the country's population. And the sum, by the way, is half a month's average wage for Luliang's urban population and more than the monthly average wage for its rural citizens, according to official data. In fact, when Luliang's cash incentive for marriage was announced online, many commented that the amount would not be enough to justify the commitment. Just to break this down for you further, the reward is just the flashiest part of the package in a way. The city is also offering subsidies, medical insurance contributions for registering newborns. You heard that right. Married couples in Luliang are given 2,000 yuan for their first registered child, 5,000 for their second, 8,000 for their third. But just how bad are things in China really, and why are these measures being adopted in the first place? Well, the marriage rate in China fell by a record 20% in 2024. In fact, the country's population fell for the third straight year in 2024. A record 20% plunge in marriages last year was the steepest decline ever recorded. You get the picture. So clearly China is worried, and the country really wants people to get married and have children so that the birth rates improve. The decline in marriage rate raises further concerns about the country's shrinking population, and there have been government initiatives to encourage young couples to marry and have children in order to boost the country's declining population. But why does China find itself in this situation? Well, just to put it simply, Declining interest in getting married and starting a family has long been blamed on the high cost of childcare and education in China. On top of that, sputtering economic growth over the past few years has made it rather difficult for university graduates to find work, and those that do have jobs feel insecure in a way about their long-term prospects, reportedly. But can such incentives fix China's population woes, is the question. In a way, the Chinese government's political and economic ambitions are directly linked to that answer. And China's top counter-spy agency has arrested an ex-soldier for allegedly sending military secrets to a foreign espionage agency. You heard that right. China's Ministry of State Security in a post on Tuesday stated that the ex-soldier passed photos and videos about troop deployment locations, weapon configurations and details about military barracks near border areas to a foreign espionage agency via social media. And upon investigating, the ministry found that the account was registered to an 80-year-old man who had served 2 years in China's military. The ex-soldier had allegedly been dismissed from service owing to disciplinary issues. According to the ministry, the ex-soldier was skilled at counter-surveillance and being secretive, which made his capture extremely difficult. In fact, it was only when Chinese national security officers intercepted an order from a foreign espionage agency instructing the ex-soldier to steal secrets from a particular military base that they managed to pick up a trail on him. The ministry did not disclose further details about the ex-soldier. While information about his arrest remains vague, it allegedly arrested the ex-soldier in a remote part of China where the terrain is considered to be treacherous and impassable, primarily due to heavy snowstorms during the winter. And according to reports, the Chinese national security officer set up a trap and nabbed the suspect. In a post on social media, the Chinese intelligence agency said that military-related information is highly sensitive and is a primary target for foreign espionage agencies, further urging the public to report filming of any kind of military sites. While China has publicized a large number of cases of alleged espionage by foreign countries, the arrest of Chinese nationals on charges of spying domestically is rare. And Europe is more worried about Donald Trump than Vladimir Putin as American and Russian diplomats met in Riyadh. The coming together has caused a lot of unease in Europe, which in a way feels it's been sidelined, and Washington's moves are further emboldening Moscow. Our next report brings the anxiety that has gripped European capitals.
The war in Ukraine is raging. Europe stands at a crossroads. NATO faces its biggest test yet. Will the US abandon the security pact? There's a growing concern that US President Donald Trump may scale back or entirely withdraw American troops from Europe, particularly the Baltics, where it has more than 5,000 soldiers. Trump's willingness to consider withdrawing troops from Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania has sent shockwaves across the continent. European officials see this as a major security risk. In total, there are about 100,000 American troops in Europe. The US also has an estimated 100 B-61 nuclear gravity bombs that are forward deployed at 6 NATO bases in 5 European countries. The implications are stark: a potentially weaker NATO, an emboldened Russia, and deepening rifts within the European Union over how to respond. Moscow, which has the upper hand on the battlefield, is now demanding that Ukraine should be a demilitarized, neutral state outside any alliances.
The future of Ukraine needs to be a demilitarized, neutral state, not a part of any blocs or alliances, for as has already been acknowledged by a US colleague, now specifically President Trump. It is indeed the prospect of the entry of Ukraine into NATO which triggered the crisis, and I think that this is now clear to all.
Kyiv is rejecting these conditions, warning that without security guarantees, Russia could launch another invasion, a sentiment echoed by European leaders.
And I'm prepared to consider committing British forces on the ground, alongside others, if there is a lasting peace agreement. But there must be a US backstop, because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again.
The most important thing about this meeting tonight is the need for all of us to step up when it comes to our spendings on defense. Russia is not only a threat to Ukraine, but all of us. So we need to scale up and we need to speed up.
An emergency meeting in Paris saw European leaders scramble for a united response, but Germany rejected calls by France and Britain to send troops to Ukraine. As European leaders grapple with their response, options range from dramatically increased defense spending to reduce US dependency to providing direct security guarantees to Ukraine. Yet each proposal faces resistance, highlighting the challenge of forging consensus in a fragmented Europe. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Shifting focus for now, tech giant Meta has announced a 50,000-kilometer-long subsea cable that will connect 5 continents. When completed, the subsea cable will be the world's longest underwater cable project, called Project Waterworth. The multi-billion-dollar, multi-year investment will connect United States, India, Brazil, South Africa, and other key regions via the undersea cable. Meta claims, in fact, that once completed, its subsea cables will be longer than the Earth's circumference. Not just that, the cable will reportedly reach depths of up to 7,000 meters. In a blog post, Meta said the aim is basically to enable greater economic cooperation, facilitate digital inclusion, and open opportunities for technological development in these areas. Zuckerberg's Meta will be deploying advanced routing and innovative cable burial strategies to protect against damage in high-risk areas like shallow coastal waters. Undersea cable networks are essential for global internet connectivity. These cables enable local telecom operators to provide internet services to their customers and connect different countries. Meta's investment coming amid increasing demand from telecom operators to help expand network infrastructure and alleviate data congestion as well. The race to transform high-speed rail travel is only heating up, with China's latest train, the CR450, currently undergoing rigorous testing before it begins commercial service. The train is set to become the fastest operational high-speed train in the world, capable of reaching 400 kilometers per hour during regular service and 450 kilometers per hour during testing. Imagine cutting travel times in half. Now, if this train were in service today, trips that take hours using conventional rail could be completed in a fraction of the time. Berlin to Paris, for example, just 2.5 hours. New York to Washington, D.C., a mere 45 minutes. Beijing to Shanghai, 3 hours. New Delhi to Mumbai, just 3.5 hours. Such trains could very well redefine the way people travel, maybe making high-speed rail travel even a competitor to air travel. China unveiled the prototypes in Beijing in December, and according to reports, since then, Chinese engineers have been fine-tuning every detail to ensure maximum performance. And one of the key challenges is weight control. Lighter trains mean greater speeds, but engineers reportedly must balance weight reduction with structural integrity, allowing for precise adjustments to keep the train stable at extreme speeds. Experts comparing the engineering process to a person trying to lose weight while simultaneously building strength. Listen in.
While reducing the weight, we must ensure that its strength does not decrease, and we even need to increase its strength because of the higher speed. It's just like a person who wants to slim down while also building strength. This involves structural changes and material innovations.
High-speed trains must also withstand extreme conditions. The Chinese engineers have reportedly designed over 40 different scenarios to test the train's durability. Hundreds of simulations have been conducted on key components like the train's motor, ensuring that it can handle high speeds without excessive wear and tear. And noise is another major challenge. Speed and lightweight materials typically create more noise, but engineers say that they have found ways to minimize sound levels, making for a quieter and more comfortable journey.
According to the results of today's tests, the data are excellent. The noise level is far below our limit. I can't disclose the exact figure yet, but it is indeed very good.
After 7 years of research, technological advancements and independent innovation, the CR450 is reportedly nearing its final stage of testing, bringing the world one step closer to a new era of ultra-fast transportation.